Namaste and welcome. I'm Melody from Melody of Movement, and I'm going to be leading us in a slow wall yin sequence. This will be short, about 20 minutes, and we are going to slow ourselves down and be able to allow the fascia and the connective tissues to begin to relax and release stress and trauma and anything else that it needs to release. The other portion of this is I am going to be incorporating myself while I'm doing this. I will be saying in my mind, there's a beautiful meditative phrase, which I'm only beginning to understand and beginning to learn in the Hawaiian culture, called oponopono, and it's roughly translated to "I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you, I love you." And saying those things, speaking them out loud or saying them on the inside, is a really beautiful practice, and one that I'm trying to incorporate within my yogic practice as well. So I invite you, if that rings something within your intuition, if that's something that you do want to incorporate, I invite you to say that with me on the inside while we're doing this practice. The other thing to just keep in mind is yin has to do with surrender. It is supported, it is long holds, and it has to do with surrendering. Surrendering to the divine, surrendering to God, all the things, right? Because this life is full of so much beauty and suffering, and we have to learn to surrender it all, the beauty and the suffering. Surrender all of the pieces of the puzzle to divine, because the opposite of that is control and holding on and closing off. And I believe one of the gifts of this life is to learn how to open up to God, to divine, and let go of so many of the things that we tend to hold on to. So with those two things, as we go into the short practice, with those two things in mind, we're going to begin. I am sitting on a bolster. I will put it out of the way. We are going to start on our back. I'll show you an easy way to get into position. So anytime you're working with putting your legs up the wall, it's best to scoot just about as close as you can get to the wall. And then when you're ready, you will swing, kind of lie down and swing your legs up. So I'm going to scoot back over, so I'm still in the center. And then with a little shifting, your bottom can be right next to the wall. And so for this first pose, I invite you to put your hands down at your sides with your palms up. This is a beautiful pose to do when, at the end of the day, it allows gravity to drain any inflammation or any accumulated fluid. And it's just a lovely way to kind of reset and turn your body a little bit upside down from what maybe it has been in most of the day. Taking a few cleansing breaths. Really settle, feel your lower back kind of melting into the floor, supported by the earth. You can unclench your belly. Any tight jaw, tight shoulders, bring your shoulders down away from your ears. Work them down if you can. A lovely place to begin Ujjayi breath, where you constrict a bit of the back of the throat so that it sounds like the waves of the ocean in the back of your throat when you breathe in and out. And I invite you to go ahead and begin to say in your mind, if you decided to do this, the words of oponopono, which is, I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you, I love you. Allowing the stress of the day or the stress that you've been carrying in your shoulders, allow that to just melt away. When you're ready, I'm going to invite you to go ahead and release your legs down. I'm going to do a wide-legged posture here. And feel free to start somewhat high, because we'll be holding this for several minutes. So please don't go all the way as deep as you can go. It might help to support your legs a bit, holding your hands as little tripods to allow your legs to relax a bit more. Going a bit deeper. Remembering to think about the surrender, the theme of surrender, of surrendering to God, surrendering to divine, surrendering your ideas of how things should look, of the things that you should do, of the things that others should do, and just being. That feels nice. I switched my hands around so that my thumbs came to support the sides of my thighs, and that actually felt better. So feel free to play. Feel free to play with what you're doing, with where you're going. If something doesn't feel good, change it. Support yourself however you need to. Maybe you want to grab a couple blocks and stick them under your thighs. That's fine. That's beautiful. Slowing down that breath. Allow your feet to fall a little bit wider if it's available to you. We're about 2 minutes in. Don't go to the point of discomfort. We're really staying supported. We're staying in surrender. We're not forcing anything. We're not striving for anything. We're just surrendering. Surrendering my legs right now to gravity. Allowing gravity to do the work. And I continue to be supported. Going to take my arms down and see how that feels. I inch down a little bit more. That's beautiful. But maybe I didn't, and that would be okay too. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Let that course through your body and begin to heal things maybe that you're not even aware needed to be healed. Repeat it like a mantra in your head. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Beautiful. We're coming up on the last little bit. Surrender fully. Allow the spaciousness of what needs to be brought. The spaciousness of your legs and your hips and your pelvic bowl. Allow the spaciousness. Beautiful. When you're ready, assist your legs up with your hands so that they don't have to carry all the work. You might need to shake them out a bit. Oh, yes. Okay. The next one is we're going to take it's like a frog position. You're not looking, again, we're not striving, you're not trying to go as deep as possible. Just bring your legs. Again, you might want to support for the first couple of minutes. Keeping an eye on the time. You want your feet almost flat. Allowing gravity to begin to do its work. If you find yourself overcompensating, I just did, my shoulders got tense, so just a reminder to soften. Soften the shoulders, soften the brow, soften the tailbone, soften the lower back. Even try to soften the parts of you that are being pulled, that are being stretched. It's a beautiful lesson in learning how to soften even when we're being stretched. In life, softening while we're being stretched is a beautiful piece of wisdom that's hard to come by. Breathing smoothly and deeply, resuming oponopono. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm feeling it pull a bit. That's beautiful. I'm going to stay supported for a little bit longer. This is more work for me right now, for today. So I'm going to stay supported for now. Letting my hands do some of the cradling and support. Just a couple more minutes left of this. Allow yourself to feel what you need to feel. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Coming on the last little bit, I'm going to go ahead and surrender my hands, my palms up. Allow the last little bit of work. Releasing the muscles from doing anything else. When you're ready, go ahead and support your legs so that they don't have to do all the work. Whew. And this is everything we're going to be doing at the wall. So when you're ready, go ahead and swing your legs down. Be a good time for a fetal position. Push yourself up. Come to easy pose when you're ready. You might feel a bit more open to surrender. In a short ending meditation of this practice, I invite you to go ahead and close your eyes. Put one hand over your heart, one hand over your belly. Continuing to breathe. And in this meditation, I'm just going to invite you to continue the mantra, or start the mantra if you haven't been saying it in your head. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Continue on in your head. Feel your sits bones grounding into the earth, pulling up through your root system what you need. remembering the prayer. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Extend your hands down onto your knees, palms up. Take another cleansing breath in through the mouth and out in a sigh. And when you're ready, flutter your eyes open. And thank you very much for joining me in this beautiful surrendering yin practice. Namaste.